Damn it, I hate when I do that. Damn it! You know how you let the TV play on a certain channel for X amount of time, so you can eventually rewind it and start it from the beginning, so you can skip over any part that you don't want to be bothered with. But then you mean to rewind it all the way back as far as you can, but you accidentally push to change the channel, so you lose all that history of ability to fast forward. That pisses me off. I'm not even watching a show, I'm just listening to music, but if there's a song that comes on, I want to be able to fast forward. I need to go take a Monster. I have these garlic cloves because I want to grow garlic and ginger indoors. And then I'll use the garlic stalks, the green garlic stalks, in the same way that I use green onions. Hopefully it will season stuff the same way. Just harvested this. Harvested and washed this. I like how they are strong. They stay on the stem, making them easy to both wash and dry. Right on the main stalk, right on the main stems. I'm going to whip these ends together right quick. And then I'm going to take out the other verbena and replace this instead. And then hang it back up on the side of it. Take out my verbena Tupperware and strip these leaves off. Strip these leaves off the stem and into this bag. So this is now in the bag. Smelling like mad lemon head candy. Then I'm gonna put potatoes and the chicken on. So I have my basil stems. I have these verbena stems as well that I'm going to fold in such a way that I usually make them a couple of inches, 2 to 3 inches long enough to get a bread tie around everything together there. And this is what I'll put in my citrus stew. Potatoes and chicken. I need to get broccoli next time. So I'm just going to put that in the bottom in a whole ass circle along with this one. So I think I'll put a third one in there. Yeah, I think I'll put a third one in there. Go. I have to, I'm using one of these big old, used to see them in the pizza shops. When going out for pizza was a thing. I didn't steal it. I got it from and normally I will put red peppers and maybe broccoli stalks in for color or whatever. Ooh, parsley. I'm gonna wait because I want it the parsley to stay pretty green. So I'm gonna wait till the end of cooking. I'm mad about this. This is why I had to redo this and the citrus stew. I'll tell you about that in just a second. So y'all burn sage. I simmer citrus stew. These are my herb stems. I think I'll juice a lemon as well. Oh yeah, so anyway, last night, so he comes home. I'm thinking in a decent mood, but that can always be a false alarm. But it especially can be a false alarm right now because he is the man of two houses at this point. Since his dad passed away, which is okay, I don't mind. It's a good thing. What is your wisdom and perch for if you can't share it with people? And if people who don't know you are too colonized to listen to you, why not share that knowledge and preparedness with family? That's why you do it. Whether it's a family that born to you or you created, you want to constructively and lovingly and productively touch the lives of the people that you love. This did not get sweeter with time. Oh, I didn't ever tell y'all. So this is what this motherfucker did. Y'all know I love him, but this is what this motherfucker did. So he comes home and he starts talking about a shrub that he's been deciding what to do with since he got it. He decided he wanted it because it was beautiful and whatever. And I talked to him, y'all, I talked to him about invasion when he got it. He must have forgot. But I talked to him about invasion when he got it. So now after a few years, he's saying, oh, this is going wrong. Well, he had been talking a couple of years about hacking it down, which wasn't going to be a problem because if y'all know plants like I know plants, especially with the characteristics that one has taken on, that shrub ain't gonna care if you chop it down. It's gonna be fine. If you want it short, shit, if you want it 2 feet tall, it'll do fine 2 feet tall. That's not the point. So he comes home and he talks to me about a few things. It goes well. Then he's about his day, about his feelings, still dealing with the loss of his dad and the new responsibilities that we will be taking on, a lot of which he will have to shoulder on his own. And he can. That doesn't mean it's okay that people should just watch him break his back for all of us and not help. That's not the point I'm making. But anyway, he's taking on some responsibility and he doesn't mind. We don't mind. But he starts talking about that shrub out there, right? And as he's talking, I noticed that the first 2 responses I have to him about the shrub are not good enough. Even if they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. The 2 options he had was digging it up by the roots. And when he said that, I said, I'd like to see you do that. Because I don't know if that could be that, because that, you're going to be wrestling with that. So I said that jokingly, lightheartedly, thinking that it was lighthearted. But then he started mentioning hacking it down like he had talked about years prior. And I was like, well, it'll be fine however you do it because it'll be fine if you decide to hack it down too because it's resilient like that. And so he was saying, well, that's why I'm asking you. You live here too. And he went into this thing that he goes into like, I'm no help, and I should be concerned about it too because I live here. It's my house too. Well, you know what and he's like, you're the green thumb. Well, okay, you pointed out I am the green thumb and the vegetables are my deal. The landscaping has been your deal. And that's number 2. Number 1, I'm trying to have banter with you and discuss this whole thing about the freaking shrub that I couldn't give a fuck about and don't care if what you decide to do with it. You decided you wanted it in the first place. I didn't necessarily want the shrub. I didn't hate it. It's just that if you wanted it, I didn't have a problem with it. But bro, if it's a shrub that you wanted that I didn't really have a huge say in because I didn't really care what went there, why would I now be responsible for deciding how you want it to go or not go? God damn. So he got mad at me for what he perceives as not participating in the conversation, which pisses me off because this was one of the time I was consciously and deliberately participating in the conversation. The fuck? Ooh, I was pissed. Anyway, I still didn't tell you shit about the citrus stew, did I? About this burnt up pan that I fucking just... broke my elbow to clean out. So anyway, as he was getting aggravated with me for no fucking reason, and look, I would take this bullshit any day of the week over some of the bullshit y'all gotta put up with. So I'm cool with it. I gotta keep reminding y'all of that, because I'm talking mad shit, mad passionate shit too. So I don't want y'all to think I got no problem with him. I mean, you know, not no problem, but this is a problem, because fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I was telling Mr. Yesterday evening, we were out on the patio. We were out in the garden, and so I was having a evening talk to wind down, and I was telling him how because I had turned the camera on because I was thinking about going live, but decided against it because introvert problems. But I wanted to share a harvest with my tribe. But anyway, he saw me take a toke, and I didn't move the camera, and I didn't move outside the camera like I often do. And I was telling him how, like, I'm not uncomfortable smoking on camera anymore. I was like, but I still edit that shit out though. Because before I wouldn't even do it on camera. I mean, I still edit it out, but I wouldn't do it with the camera running. So now I'll do it with the camera running, even though I still end up editing it out before I upload it. But eventually it won't be a thing. Ain't gonna be no thing. Oh, the citrus stew story. So he's standing here talking to me, and he's inhaling the citrus stew, and I reach over and I turn it down because we usually keep it on low, right? But it was turned up a little bit higher because it wasn't simmering. Usually when he inhales it, I like it to be physically simmering where you can visually see it, because that's when I put the sea salt in it, so he can inhale right. I notice you get the biggest blast of nutrients when you put the sea salt in while it's visually simmering. So I kept turning it down because there was so little water in it, and depending on how much water in it, of course, the more water you have in it, the higher the heat can be for it to simmer. So because the pot was only half full, which is not very much water, I kept turning the fire down. And so the second time I did it, he snapped at me and was like, "Why you keep turning it down?" And I said, "Because there's not enough water in there, and the water will boil down and the pot will burn." So because so after he snapped at me, I didn't turn the fire down on the pot anymore. And guess what happened? And FYI, that also fucked with my lungs. I don't know if y'all know, but he knows my lungs ain't shit. And that little episode of the citrus stew burning wasn't comfortable for me, because it happened while we were working out. And so I had to rush and grab the pot and put it in some water so that it could soak. And the soot from the fucking, the smoke. Anyway, I haven't story timed one of our fights in a long time, so you're welcome. I'm gonna use this marinade to get it out of my cabinet. Sesame stir fry. I think this wasn't very good. I almost bust myself in the mouth. Okay, that's gonna be interesting, but in a good way. So I'm gonna put my other seasonings on. Crap. Verbena. And I'm gonna be generous. Plenty of verbena on there. Then flip them over on their backs, because toward the end of the cooking, I'm gonna flip it back. Put some of my herbs and lemon verbena. Put the harder stems like that. throw that away. And then I salt bae my meat with my herbs. Boom, like so. A piece of foil across the top, because that's the only thing I use foil for now. But I think I'm gonna start either looking for glass lids or, you know, baking dishes with a lid. I have one, but I need more. The one I have, I just use to make chicken pot pie. But as it turns out, I need lids for my baking dishes. From your favorite Maxi Minimalist to you. You're welcome. So when you're shopping to revamp your kitchenware, get lids to go with your baking dishes. Now, if you have one lid that fits multiple pans, that's beautiful. In fact, ideal. In fact, I'm glad I said that because I meant to get rid of a lot of lids that I have with my pans. Because they're all the same size. I only need one of each size. I think I'll make potatoes this weekend with my gift meal. Okay.